Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay. Let's see, what do these tea leaves have to say tonight, Virgo? What do we have going on? And I will mention that the card that I pulled for tonight is the Knight of Discs. And this is a card that is all about worldly success, access to resources, usually material resources, natural resources, stability, motivation, ambition, kind of really coming into a place of mastering your skill set, your maybe a business owner, maybe in some kind of management position. Maybe you have started your you have not just started your career, you have been in your career for a while, and you are coming into a place of feeling pretty comfortable about how it's going. Confidence, right? Okay, so let's take a look here. All right, so we have, and this looks almost like a, what are those? What are the Greek vases called? The artwork on Greek vases are beautiful. I love looking at like archives of the, the different stories of the gods and goddesses and daily life motifs and things. But I was going to say papyrus, but that is not the right thing. That is a kind of paper material, like a scroll almost. But anyways, it almost kind of looks like these kind of elongated features, sharp elongated features, like the Greek vase artwork. So we have somebody here. It looks like they're wearing a dress or maybe some kind of robe. They look like they have some kind of hat on, kind of a fancy get up there. And it looks like they're holding either a flower or maybe a cup, but I don't think it matters because it's kind of a similar shape. So this is a very feminine kind of, it's a feminine motif with the clothing and the flower cup. Okay, this is kind of that receptive shape. Okay, so this is something I would say is more emotional or has to do with kind of an interior blossoming or growing. Okay. And I see behind it, it looks like some kind of creature that looks maybe like a horse or an antelope and somebody riding behind it. Okay, and it almost looks like this one is kind of trying to get ahead, holding the hand up in like a no. And we have over here in this more spiritual zone what looks like, and I'm dripping all over myself, maybe an angel, like a guardian angel, and this is in that metaphysical spiritual zone on the rim of the cup here. So I feel like this is totally about getting away from these kind of earthly situations, whatever kind of stress has arisen. It's like I'm taking my spiritual sustenance, my emotional, you know, cup that is full, and I am taking off, and I am going to go into my own temple, into my interior space. I'm withdrawing from whatever this is, okay? And I feel like something that, it seems to me that there has been a situation where somebody, and I think because we have this animal that's kind of a traveling animal, you know, kind of something that a long distance travel. So I think somebody from your past, not recent past, past. Although I think that they've been in your life, but there's somebody who you kind of consider from a previous cycle of your life, a previous chapter, maybe from school or something, okay? And I think that they've really been going through something. They have definitely had, and I see up here, there, it seems to be something like an angel as well, and then a bird kind of sitting, and it kind of almost is like this figure is trying to kind of guard over this person sitting on the horse here, okay, like some kind of blessing, something like that. But I get the impression from all of this that you have been trying to be supportive, give them blessing, you know, say a kind word, listen, maybe you even, you know, have tried to help with resources, whatever it is. I feel like they haven't been very kind in return. I think that there's some amount of jealousy. I think that you try to be open, kind, you know, consistently checking on them, and they just are fairly rude, you know. And listen, when somebody is really suffering, going through something, we can't expect them to be on their best behavior, especially if they are somebody that feels comfortable in your friendship. You know, they're going to kind of show themselves to you to some degree. But I think that this is kind of even more like, you know, like kind of backhanded statements, just being kind of crude or a little bit rude about you, your life. And I think really where it stems from is that they perceive you to kind of have this charmed life. Like you have it so easy. You just get whatever you want. Well, the reality is that you have worked very hard. You have been through hell at times to get to where you're at. It's not like something that has just been given to you. You know, you're not just some spoiled brat that like received everything, you know, on a silver platter or whatever. You have worked hard. You have done a lot of self-work. You have, you know, had to change your life in different ways. Let go of things that did not serve you, and that has been difficult, maybe even lonely at times. But in no way have you ever just gotten things easy. But this person, they don't necessarily see where you struggle. They don't necessarily have access to your personal life, like on that level. They see maybe what they see online or what they hear about you or whatever. And so, you know, I think it's a situation where it's almost kind of, in their eyes, kind of like, it digs in the pain a little deeper, you know, talking with you, because it's like, oh, well, you have everything. you know, and I have nothing, and I'm suffering, and, you know, we all have to empathize on some level, sympathize, empathize, have compassion for people who, can't get out of their own way, right? And when we've had terrible and dark times in our own lives, we know what that feels like. We know what it feels like to be like, okay, the universe is really dealing me some bunk cards, right? Everything's going wrong. People are out to get me. Everybody's making things harder for me. Everybody else is doing well, and I'm not, you know, and you feel that way because you're struggling, you know, and some people never get out of that mindset. And I think that really ends up holding a lot of people back. When we are competitive with others, and we live in a society that, I mean, just the way our, you know, financial systems are set, we are supposed to be competitive, right? And, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a super competitive person. I just am not. Probably because I'm not really good at that many things. So I've never been very competitive. But, you know, a lot of people are. And a lot of people, they get into these, like, places where it's like they're defeating themselves before they even try anything, right? And so I feel like you have the right instinct to just kind of protect your peace, kind of, you know, step away from the situation, try to let go of this energy, try not to take it, you know, it's an offense against you. This is about them, not about you. This is, you know, I mean, most of the time when people treat us poorly, if they're doing well or not, you know, this is about how they're experiencing the world. They think that they need to go out there and talk to people the way that they do, to treat people the way that they do. And that's really sad, you know. Can you imagine going out every day in your life looking for places where you can be rude to people and tear people down and argue with people over nonsense? I don't understand that. I really don't. I mean, I understand the impulse, of course. There are plenty of times where I want to pop off, believe me. But, and the reality is, like, we spend so much time when you let that kind of energy in, so much time getting twisted up over silly stuff. Things that have nothing to do. If we put that energy that we have feeling bad about things into trying to feel better, trying to, you know, do our mindfulness techniques, going for a walk, you know, making something, learning something, being with people we love without arguing with them and stuff, that's, you know, it changes your life. And I know it's not that easy. I fall into the same kind of bad mood traps constantly. I deal with it. I have to be super mindful. Sometimes I, you know, make the wrong choice and I'm just grumpy, cranky lady. And it ruins not only my day, but the people around me, you know. And that sucks. It sucks. So I think that, you know, you're doing the right thing. Get out of there. I have found in my own life, and maybe because I don't have a lot of friends, I have never had a ton of friends, but, you know, I have a few good friends. We don't argue. We don't say bad things to each other. We don't call each other names. We don't compete for anything. You know, we're just friends. We share, check in. How was your day? Okay, I love you. You know, I was thinking about you. whatever, 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 you know, and having people like that in your life with boundaries, I mean, it will change everything. You don't want to be with people that are talking bad about each other, about you, about themselves. I mean, listen, I can be pretty self-deprecating at times too, but, you know, but just watch how people talk about other people, and then you'll know how they probably talk about you, right? That's one thing that when you learn that in life, it's like, oh, okay, I see. I see what's going on. All right. So I want to look at this. We have the seated person, and it looks like, oops. Oh, I just touched that. I'm going to put it right back. A seated person, it looks like they're looking down into the waters. And then, I see this, it looks like a figure, almost like a little angel coming up out of the water. Okay, so we have a lot of this angel energy. And so I feel like this is very much about your dream world, some kind of dream event that is going to be coming. The dream, because the vast unconscious ocean, right? That primordial place where all of these abstractions and symbols and shapes and, you know, loose concepts and things, that's where they all kind of live until they rise up and they kind of reveal themselves to us. So I think that you have some kind of dream coming where some kind of, there will be some kind of revelation that is specific to you. Okay, I'm not saying that you're going to be like, you know, the next prophet or something, but I do think that this dream will be important. It's like some kind of secret knowledge for your own life. It might seem very minor, but hold on to it. And I'm interested, what is it going to be like? What kind of dream are you having? How are things revealed to you? I would love to hear if you've had experience with this, if you've had any kind of visitations, if you've had, you know, dream entities or anything like this. If you feel comfortable, comment in the comment section. Let me know. I am so interested by these. I live for my dream work. I really am so wrapped up in it. So I'm always very interested to see or hear about how other people engage with the other side, right? Or that in-between place in their dreamscapes. Okay, now this one is one of my favorite formations I've seen in a while. Okay, I see this and it almost looks Greek again, maybe Roman, but we have a person who is kind of leaning back, staring up at the sky, and this is a votive or devotional pose, a pose of kind of looking up into the celestial and catching a glimpse of the divine, and you are in awe, right? So leaning back, kind of pointing up, and we have a rose, and then we have a small person here. Okay, so I feel like this is so much this reminds me of the animus and the anima. Okay, and the anima in this portrayal here, and the anima is the feminine quality within somebody. Usually they say it's like somebody who identifies as a man, masculine, will have an interior anima, internal goddess, right? A feminine energy, quality, intelligence. And then on the other side, if you are a woman or identify as a woman or feminine, and you have an interior animus, which is the masculine, an interior God, an interior beloved, this kind of thing. So I think that this is kind of like that feminine quality, smaller, not because there's any kind of inequality here. That's definitely not it. But this is more kind of tied to the material world. And in a lot of art motifs, the human will be a lot smaller than the God figures. Now, this isn't necessarily saying it's a God, but this is a spiritually activated being who is witnessing the awe of the divine. Okay, so grown, because this is kind of like that light body, or the astral body, or, you know, some kind of well, in some schools of thinking, it's kind of the daemon, which is the higher self, the higher function of thinking, or something like the guardian angel who speaks to you, helps guide you, this type of thing. So I feel like this is very present. You are very, very open and receptive to this kind of divine guidance that is happening. You are also very in touch with witnessing it. You are interested in your own spiritual journey to such a degree that I feel like, and the rose is often a symbol of the mysteries, okay? The, you know, the Holy of Holies, the you know, most central thing in those mysteries. And this is, you know, very present in like Hermetica or Sub Rosa or the Gnostic beliefs and these kinds of things. You see a lot of roses. I feel like this is a real big time of revelation. Once we kind of listen to ourselves, take our cup or our flower or whatever it is and head on out, right? Not here for that kind of icky energy. I'm all about the work, you know, really into this place of, you know, seeking some kind of messaging from that God source, from those divine things, those most holy creatures, from, you know, your spiritualism, your meditation, vision work, whatever it is that you feel comfortable in doing. And I think that this is flowing from the top down, from that macrocosm down to the microcosm and everywhere in between, and all the way back up from that microcosm all the way back up to the macrocosm. There is you know, just a abundance of those waters. And it's a very special time, I think, for you, definitely. All right, so we also see here, this looks like kind of a doorway to me, and this is probably going to sound a little odd. We have a bird there too. Okay, so the thing that I'm thinking here is that this is it's a really good time for you this week coming up. After you listen to this, whenever you listen to it, clean out some of your closets, at least one closet. Also, clean up at least one drawer a day for a few days. Go through your house, clean things up, get rid of some of the old stuff, make room, you know, detach from some of the stagnant things, those little, you know, odds and ends, the million little, you know, extra screws you have from building furniture and, you know, stuff from Amazon or whatever. I have all those little hex bars, I think they're called. The little hex screwdriver things that are in the L shape. A bunch of those. Why do we keep those? They always come with them. So I don't know why I always feel like I have to hold on to them. You know, cleaning up those kinds of things. Getting things a little organized. I think this will, you know, you're a Virgo. I know you. I'm a Virgo myself. This is going to help in that spiritual work, in that emotional work. It mirrors so much in our physical landscapes. So doing some intentional organizing and cleaning is really going to feel good. I promise you. That's your treat for the week. And then we have a little carrot here. And what does a little carrot? I think it's just a carrot. Really, it's like I just think of it as like a little treat, like a a little offering to the horse, to the animals, but also just a nice snack to have. But it seems like interestingly, it is like the land giving back to you, and really also a symbol of the night of discs. Okay, with this disc energy, pentacle, coin, whatever you want to call it. It is the earth, earth element. So definitely in the material world, and I feel like you're going to be reaping your harvest soon, because you're working so hard. And we have talked about that recently, with releasing yourself of a lot of your cares about other people's thinking and interference and these kinds of things, and really focusing on the things you love, on yourself, your spiritual work. It is really mirroring in your career, your ability to make resources for yourself, and that's definitely apparent to me. Okay, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get in the algorithm. And we just hit 11K. I think in like a week we went from 10K to 11K. So we're really moving, you guys. And I appreciate all of you. This is our community here. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos come out. And please comment. Let us know you're here. There's quite a few of you that, interact a lot. And so we're all kind of getting to know each other. And I see you guys kind of commenting on each other's comments here and there, and really supporting each other. And I love seeing that. So, I think it's really just kind of all coming together. There's a nice vibe, and we try to keep it, really respectful, and I appreciate that. I really, really do. That's how I try to live my life, and, I hope that I do create a space where it seems like that's what's going on. Okay, so I thank you, and we will talk again in just a few days.